Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video. Alright, so today we get a big update. It's not really an update, I guess it kind of is. It's more like just tweaking a ton of stuff. So check out this live gameplay from the dev build. I can only show you the actual gameplay, nothing else. So enjoy some of that gameplay, you know, kind of familiarize yourself with what's going on there, because that's what we're going to be running into here. But let me break it all down for you. I feel like this is what happened. So the Brawl Stars team, they're sitting around drinking their coffee, and they're like, you know, because Finns love their coffee, and they're like, you know, man, the game, you know, it's we really like the way it looks, but you know, good coffee, you know, but it feels a little slow, and you know, range is definitely harder to play, and that auto shot thing, let's get some more coffee up in here. More coffee. Can we get some like shots of espresso up in here? Feeling pretty good now. Yeah. And then at that point, you know, caffeine took over, and they decided that it would be good if we just ramped the game up like 1,000,000,000%. That's a pretty accurate number. And, you know, well, this is what they looked like when they were first, you know, trying to figure this all out. I think I just spilled coffee everywhere. It's worth it, all for the shot. It's all over my mouth. It's okay. Okay, all kidding aside, here's what we got going on in Brawl Stars today. They're dropping the update / balance changes. Again, I don't even know what to call it. They're changing the game again. Not like in a, well, it's significant. All right, so check it out. Here is a list of what's changing in the game. I'm going to list this off to you pretty quickly, and then we're going to actually hop into a game so you can see the difference for yourself. Okay, first of all, the camera, it's a bit further away. It's going to give more visibility to long-range brawlers. I know we were already backed off some, but we're backed off even more now. But get this, there's some things that are done to compensate for that, so it doesn't feel like, you know, you're in a blimp looking down a mile onto your, you know, the battlefield. So all brawler and pet movement speeds were increased by roughly about 9%. Because right now the game feels kind of slow, and so this is going to speed everything up, and it's a noticeable difference. And it actually makes it feel fast-paced again, or at least a lot better than what it is right now. So that is actually really, really cool. All projectile movement speeds were increased by roughly 9% as well. So anything that shoots a projectile, it's going to go faster, right? So Piper's bullets, Brock's missiles, Colt's shots. You know, it affects the tanks as well, but it doesn't affect them in a big way because you're already really close anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's going to make the long-range brawlers a little bit more formidable, and that's not all that's being done to them. Hold on a second, because it even gets better. All right, so yeah, I just mentioned we were backed off quite a bit, and your brawlers would feel really small, even smaller than they do right now. Well, to compensate for that, all in-game brawler models have been scaled up to make them not feel so tiny with the new camera settings. So you're going to be looking down on them, but your brawlers are going to be bigger than they were before. So it actually helps compensate for that some. It's actually pretty nice. It does feel a little bit strange, a little bit, because they're like really big compared to some walls, so it's a little wonky. But I have a feeling that in the future they're going to optimize a lot of the maps, and I think that'll even things out. So the throwers right now have been really hard to play, hard to hit your shots. It's just been tough in general. So they're going to get even a bigger boost. So all the range projectiles increased by 9%, but Barley and Dynamite, theirs is increased by 14%. So their shots are going to fly faster. Hopefully that's going to help you land some more shots as Dynamite and Barley. Bo's mines are going to go off just a tiny bit faster, down to 1.15 seconds from 1.3. A little bit of an increase there in how fast they go off. This is the one that's kind of funny. So projectile sizes increase for Colt, Ricochet, Jesse, Crow, Brock, Piper, Tara, and Spike, so that you're going to be able to hit the enemies easier. And you'll see what I mean here. I'll show you some gameplay. But Brock's missiles, they're like, it's like the space shuttle flying through the air. It's pretty crazy. It's kind of awesome and kind of crazy at the same time. Now, also to fix some of the problems you have where you couldn't see the end of your shot as Piper and Brock and Ricochet, they have actually reduced their range. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit, just so that they fit the screen better. So Brock, Piper, and Ricochet all have a reduced main attack range. However, Brock and Piper both got their damage increased slightly. Brock's went up from 1,040 to 1,100, and Piper's went from 1,480 to 1,560 max damage. One cool thing with Ricochet is that each time Ricochet's bullets bounce, they travel further, roughly 2 tiles more than before. Now, note that this is not going to work if you're practicing. It's only going to work in actual live games, because to make it fixed with practicing, they would actually have to do a full-on update, App Store and all that good stuff all over again to make it work for you like that. So it will work in-game, but it's not going to work in practice. Mortis lovers. Now, Mortis he's gotten the short end of the stick because he's a melee brawler, but if he gets near any of the other melee brawlers, he gets wailed on. So they have increased his dash range from 2.33 tiles to 2.67 tiles. Not a huge change. Hopefully that's going to help a little bit. I still think that Mortis is a little bit on the weak side. I've played this build for a little bit here, and I still think that Mortis could probably use some more love just because once he gets close to those, close range brawlers, it's pretty rough. Colt's star power. Now, it used to be really awesome, then it got really crappy, and then it was kind of in the middle, and so now they have increased Colt's star power, his speed buff. So now they've made Colt's star power speed buff from 50 to 60. So it's increased by a tiny bit. Colt gets a little bit of speed back. That should help him out a little bit. Now for the tanks. Shelly and Bull have both had their damage decreased. Bull's main shot went from 440 to 400, per projectile that hits. And Shelly's has went from 320 to 300. So they get a little nerf to their attack. All right, so now that you know what's coming in the update, what are my thoughts on everything? Well, I'm a little torn, let's be honest. One, I think auto shot is maybe too good now. If you guys saw that first game I put up there, Piper, I was literally hitting auto shot like 90% of the time, and I was hitting most of the shots completely dominated. I only died when I got myself into bad situations. So, and you guys know, you guys see my videos, I'm not a good Piper. So I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I guess it evens the playing field with the tanks, but is this really what we want? I don't know. Maybe you guys play it. Tell me what you think about the faster. I love the faster pace. The faster pace, I am all for. The distance that they did, the brawler models, all the changes that they did. I think my problem still lies with the auto shot, and that's been consistent since this update came out. The manual controls do feel better. I don't know what they tweaked, what they did with them, but the manual controls actually felt pretty nice. So I'm still a proponent of removing auto shot altogether. I'm sure they have a reason for it, and I know they've been improving auto shot. So I'm hoping that it's just they want to see how good it can be, and we can judge it at auto shot at its best. And if we don't like it, then they'll take that into consideration. Obviously, they're the ones making the decisions. They're the ones making the game. They have a lot more experience with games than we do, at least developing them. I've played my entire life, and I just know that when I play this game, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like I have any kind of skill. Not that I ever had much to begin with, but it doesn't feel like it takes a lot of skill to run around and press one button. It's more about positioning than anything else. And I don't know, I just enjoyed it a lot more when you relied on your skill and your accuracy to make those plays, make those shots. So of all the brawlers, they actually all felt pretty solid, honestly. They felt, pretty well-rounded. I mean, the meta felt decently balanced. Of course, throwers, again, still kind of have a hard time with that. But overall, the balance did feel pretty nice. I don't think that tanks are going to have a massive advantage like they have been. Now, once they get close to you, yeah, they can just spam the auto shot and win. So you're really going to be able to have to keep them back. But with the improved auto aim for the range as well as the damage and the projectile speed, that will help keep those tanks back some. So I think that's definitely going to help, the overall balance of the game. Again, it all comes back to the controls. The controls are the heart and soul of any game. It's how you interact with the game. And if the controls don't feel right and the gameplay doesn't feel right because of that, then you got a problem. And for me, I still don't like auto aim in there. I can get used to the double joystick. I can get used to that. Is it optimal to me? No, I still think tap to shoot is optimal. Well, I just don't know how that works in landscape. I've never tried it. All I know is that I just auto shot just isn't for me. I mean, I'm going to use it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to use it because why would I use manual shot and miss, 30-40% of my shots when I can use auto shot and hit like 80-90% of them? It makes sense to use it, and I don't like that, honestly. What I dislike is that the guys who are really good, the guys that are way better than me, it really narrows that skill gap to where they don't stand out near as much as they would if they were relying on their pure skills, and I think that they deserve that. I think that the game deserves to be able to be separated, the really good guys versus the, bad people, the average people, the above average people. I think it's fine to have some separation there. You find your place where you are, and then you work on improving from that. And as it is right now, there's really not a great way to get better. You hit that one button and you see who wins. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is all going to pan out just perfectly fine. Above all, keep an open mind, guys. Try it out for yourself. I hope you guys totally disagree with me. I hope you guys completely love it. Like I said, there is a lot that I love about all these tweaks that they made. I really do. But I still think that there's more tweaks that need to be made. I am confident, however, in Brawl Stars, in the Supercell development team. I know that they've got a ton of skill, a ton of passion, and a ton of experience developing games. So I'm going to put my faith in them, and I'm just going to keep playing and do the best I can with whatever is presented in front of me. So that's what we got for this little mini update / tweak fest. I don't really know what to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think of all these changes? Does this make the game fun again? Is this just, window dressing? I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys think about these bunch of changes. So let me know in the comments down below. That's going to wrap it up for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Lux out.